These people, the seers and the saints, the rishis, the realized souls, they saw that this is happening foolishly. It is a simple unawareness that does all these problems. Not aware of one's own inherent place where all these things are created. These egos are created. What is that place? They have not, they did not deal the thoughts or experiences of the waking state. They simply started looking at the place where they originate. Who is that entity? They did not go by naming it, naming the place or naming the location as that person's name. So what do you say when someone asks you, what are you doing? I am meditating. You never know who is this I am. Only you know the meaning of meditation. For that you have made it as an adjunct of this I am word. Meditation should happen only to know about who this I am is. Not meditation is a mechanical thing. Once you know who this I am is, you need not sit in a corner and do meditation. Everything will become meditation. Everything will become meditation. Because there is no center at all. There is no meditator at all. Only experiences move and no center is created for those experiences. When center is not created, no ego is there. Then what are you? For whom these experiences happen? So they become lifeless moment. They don't hold any polar opposite charges affecting the center, because center itself is not there. If I have to attend a job, that is an admission that I have to seek for my boy, simply I attend, that's all. I dress myself, I take the necessary papers that are to be shown in the interview. My boy is also ready. I have the transport. Nothing I should get. I somehow let it happen. No prayer, nothing. Nothing. And the whole of the waking state itself is a biological computer, like a revolutionary movement, with unfinished projects and unfinished registrars behind those projects. What is it seriously we can do here? It is not a pessimistic way of, this is not pessimism, optimism, all these kinds. We are getting into the structure of this biological software, that is mind. This is not, I am promoting something pessimistically, or it is not a defeatist attitude, an exercise in futility. It is not me promoting any of these things. I am looking at this, the whole waking state for the whole of the humanity, in past, in presently, and in future, going to be disappearing constantly in the 24-hour cycle span. That is what is our earth is, nothing else. 12 hours of it is in darkness, 12 hours of it is in waking state, that is with light, sun's light. During the state we work, we call it waking state. When the consciousness with its all propensities, with its all centers arise and act here, that is what is waking state. That state itself becomes meaningless, non-existent in deep sleep. And deep sleep is said to be, whether it is existence, non-existence, because everything is a passing state of some conscious activity, consciousness. Consciousness completely devoid of content, completely devoid of container also. Not simply registrars. Nothing is there. Registrations, registers, everything gone. Whole cosmos goes. That is what is deep sleep. So what is the state of consciousness? The moment you add this word ness, goodness, sweetness, what is it? It expresses the nature of that sweet. Ness cannot be separated at all. That is what is the state in which it exists, the nature it holds. Right? That is what is here consciousness. It is not conscious of consciousness cannot be conscious of another consciousness. There cannot be separation in space. It is ness. That is what is its nature, right? What is the state? What is the taste our tongue always undergoes when it is not taking anything, any food? What is it? A healthy with saliva continuously secreting, right? That is a natural taste, no? Who is the taster? Tongue itself is the taster. There itself it secretes. When something sweet is given, it tastes differently. Otherwise, normal taste. For the consciousness, what should be the normal state? Consciousness is simply consciousness, that's all. It cannot have a self to be conscious of, right? Water is water. Water cannot be conscious of different taste. It being saline or it being milk, mixed with milk. Anything, object, material, psychological, here, it is a separate structure. It has a nature. But all these structures, psychological or material, exist in consciousness. For consciousness, there is no qualities at all. Consciousness is consciousness. We are all awake now, in this waking state. We are attending satsang. Simply consciousness. We are conscious of this satsang, that's all. What are you conscious of? Your presence. You as. We have to go on describing it in various ways. But again, consciousness is consciousness, that's all. It cannot be removed or grasped. Then how to handle, because whole waking state, whether you identify or disidentify, why at all these manipulations? Because the whole waking state is a passing state. Let us not say for whom, for all. If you take holistically, for all. People of the past, those who are dead and gone, and people who are yet to be born, for them too. You make it all for all. This is going to be the state. And what is the state of deep sleep for all? The same. There is no your sleep is not different from deep sleep is different from my deep sleep. There is no difference at all. Where all these things happen? You are given a sweet, I am given a sweet in waking state. It tastes the same, right? Your description may be different from me about the sweet, about the taste of the sweet, right? You may describe it differently, but essentially the taste same, because the who tastes, consciousness tastes it. Consciousness is one only. That is why all experiences are happening for consciousness only. That is why there is no even separate mind exists here. The moment during your waking state you identify yourself as that name and that form, finished. Mind is carved out. Mind becomes private, personal. Then your world, your wife, your money, you lose the connectivity. Immediately it is cut off by a thought. Nothing else. What is mind? The moment I think somehow I should get it, this is the thought. I should get money or something. How can it happen? I should strongly believe that this is me. This location is me. This will be enriched by getting that finance. This has a separate existence. As if it is, he is going to eat differently, he is going to look after, take care of him differently by securing, safeguarding, gathering, collecting, acquiring things or food or something for this structure. All these things come into play, right? So when one separation starts as I and me, innumerable differences come there, happen there. This is what is because we lose the connectivity. We are disconnected. You are in utter chaos and confusion. When you unite into that one flow consciousness, you take only as a consciousness. This is also the same, and there also in the world also the same thing happen. You perceive it directly like this, then what happens? You become quiet. Tranquility sets in. Not for an individual, because that is the nature of unity. That is the truth. Truth is simple. Truth is oneness. It is not a physical thing. It is not a quality thing also. No qualities or characters can describe it. Because it is the matrix. It is consciousness itself without qualities, without dimensions. When for a patient, anesthesia is given and he is taken for surgery, and surgery is over, first what they ask for, whether has he become conscious. This is what they ask. Whether the patient recovered consciousness, has he become conscious. First basic that sensation, that being a center without name and form, right? That is the essence. Essentially we are that. A dog is also that. An ant which moves in front of me, that is also that. A grass is that. The space is that. Because everything is in consciousness. Name differs, form differs only for a human mind. It is his own creation. Inwardly collected, inwardly united, only taking himself to be a one consciousness. Externally he can play many roles. Is it not? Where is the difficulty? You may be a singer, you may be a good cook, you may be a professional, you may be a good husband, lovable father, compassionate relation. Anything you can know, you can accommodate untold number of qualities just like the consciousness holds in it, no? In the matrix. Consciousness is godliness. All the virtues, all the good things are in it. These are all understanding. You gain by looking within you. Totally, whole of the waking state, you take the whole waking state in one go and See that it passes by in a 24-hour cycle time span. It is a state that passes by. You have to travel to Delhi, which is about how many kilometers? 3,000 kilometers, from here. 2 nights minimum. The train is on the move, continuously. Nights roll by. 2 nights roll by and one day, one full day. The previous night or morning it starts. Or 2 days and 2 nights. The third morning you are there. Days and nights roll by. You are in the destination, Here, destination is important. Destination is our consciousness itself. Why worry about these 2 nights of one waking state and deep sleep and some dreams? Let it pass by. This is what is detachment, non-attachment. It's very simple. When you grow in non-attachment, non-clinging, non-craving, simply be throughout all these states, you grow in consciousness. It is not you. Consciousness fills you. There is no you. You become consciousness. Consciousness is you. You remove that word finally. That you the word. Only consciousness is. This is benediction. This is blessing. This is grace. This is realization. This is living. This is love. When the waking state, when the sun dawns, the stars disappear. The last star to disappear. When Buddha got awakened, he said the last ego, because he was almost seeing through all the registrars which were holding him through millions and billions of births. It is not one by one. He was going through the ego, the central illusion, which created all the structures, the 3 states. Because for ego only 3 states, You wake up and say, you brand even your deep sleep, right? Yesterday, sometime I felt mosquito bites. This is your report about your deep sleep of last night, right? And we often ask our relations the moment we wake up, did you have good sleep? They will ask also in response, they will also ask you, you had good sleep? This report. Actually, we are talking for our sake, whereas we talk with other persons. Somehow we want to have that report registered in us. Every deep sleep, every waking state, every office experience. We multiply the experiences. Whereas on the contrary, if the undercurrent, that one consciousness is taken to be the string passing through all these stages, 3 states, then you get connected to that. It is the right way of living the life. Again, you should not say it is my life, I am handling it. I am growing in consciousness. There is no I am when consciousness comes in. Simply I am aware, that's all. Throughout the waking state, whatever that happens through this system, this biocomputer, let it happen. Let it happen. Let me not put labels for it. Any labels, any gradations, any adjustments, it is the work of the center. Does a center exist? No, not at all. When we talk about a center or different thousand millions of centers, we talk about waking state only, right? When the whole waking state disappears in deep sleep, and is without centerless, be it crores of births or millions of births, this birth itself is whether birth or death, that itself, the concept, it goes conceptless, meaningless. That is how it is uprooted. All the differences are completely removed in our deep sleep. Where is the question of some other beyond these three and all these things? You first wake up to this reality, that is realizing false as false. Realizing the fact, I am false, you are false, the world is false. All the three states are false. If this is realized, can ego arise for that realized being? It is only yielding, it is only giving up. Give up even giving up. Just be. That is what Lord Shiva is. Shiva is simply Paramashiva, Shada Shiva, easiness, comfort, intelligence. It is the complete big drama that is being carried on by intellect. That is what is centrally working for each of the ego, right? Of our waking state, moment to moment in one. That whole thing, the structure, the separate intelligent structure, as if intelligent we are. See, you take yourself to be intelligent. That is why you act, react, modify all these things, right? You take your body to be intelligent. You take your thought to be intelligent. That is why you adjust, you reject, you want. Because all are on the basic assumption that it is something original, originally intelligent, everlasting. That is why you go after things, right? Unless I have it, I will not be here. If at all I am here, I should possess that. The question of possession, the question of possessing, ownership, how do they arise? Without it, you feel empty. With it, if you feel full. And you have taken yourself to be intelligent, and that intelligent lacks not having it. Now only by having it, it restores its intelligence. It feels safe. That is why we seek things, right? We seek relationships. We create everything here throughout waking state. But the whole waking state with this misconstrued notion as the centers are intelligent, the individual is intelligent. So the individual, when the individual is intelligent, deemed to be taken as intelligent, then the world in front of him should be intelligent, right? See, look at my boy. He also calculates in the same way, you see. He also uses his hand, left hand only, you see, like me. Because you have taken yourself to be something original, intelligent, authentic. That is why if you see your mirror reflection in your boy's behavior, then he becomes very dear to you, right? He is just like his boy, father. But fundamentally, whole waking state structures are unintelligent. Inertia, repetition, be the individual or the perceptions or the experiences which he undergoes in this cosmos, they are all unintelligent. Everything is a mass movement of inertia. There is no intelligence here at all. So from this state, this whole unintelligent state is completely knocked off by the day sleep. And it very casually envelops everyone. One falls asleep, one falls asleep, it is falling, total falling. This waking consciousness is a hollow structure, substanceless structure, untruth, unintelligent, not existing at all. Essentially, it is only utilitarian to undergo experiences and to realize what is truth through them. What is truth? Truth is only consciousness, which is invisible, intangible, never arises. When one thing is causeless, it never arises, it doesn't have form, so it cannot end also. It is such a brilliance, magnificence, what not all the virtues are in it. That is why the reflection is this cosmos that shines so beautifully. It is like a seashell, okay? We leave the pearls and go for the seashells. The real thing is that thing, consciousness, intelligence, truth. It is not wrapped in words. It is not a product of various products of the waking state. Waking state thoughts are also like dream happenings. They contain that dream in it. And this is what is life. So you have to completely go inward. You will have to go inward. Simply attend whatever that has happened to you as your karma, as your environment, as your role. Attend it without a center in it. Don't pass any judgment. By and by, all judgments will fall, and values behind those judgments also will fall. When no center operates in a moment, where is the question of loss or gain? Simply be, that's all. Be there. And you are melting as space. This is what is realization. Because basically we are non-entities. Thoughts make us something. Thoughts make us as authentic beings, intelligent beings, original beings, and makes you tense, anxious, depressed, frustrated, hurt, sorrowful. We are not thoughts. We are not the registers which create those thoughts. And universe is nothing but thoughts. A calmness will descend. Abundance will descend. You will be simply available without any purpose, without any gain or loss to this moment. We should not even brand it as presence, next to presence. This moment is eternity. It is not capsuled in that word. Presence, present, nothing of this sort. Simply be, whether it is a midnight time or an afternoon, be, that's all. Be. It is not someone to accept these things. Be. Being is accepting.